Plastic. Plastic is creating a 400-year problem. That's 16 generations, longer than we'll ever be around. About 91% of plastics are not recycled. In fact, plastics use as much fossil fuel as airlines. About 99% of plastic causes climate change. Marine animals are under threat. In fact, we are eating plastic. About a quarter of all fish have plastic in their guts. We are drinking plastic. 83% of tap water samples contain plastic. We are breathing old plastic. Microplastics are linked to air pollution. In fact, in the past 60 seconds alone, about 3 million plastic bags and bottles were sold. 2,091 billion units, which is half the world's plastic, comes from Asia. Government, manufacturers, retailers, and consumers must come together to tackle the plastic solution. Hi, my name is Naufal, and these are my fellow teammates, Ziad, Divya, Ratna, and Yuya. We have chosen SDG 14 as our Sustainable Development Goal, which is life underwater. And the basis of this topic is the efficacious means of curbing plastic waste.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Ratna binti Fadli and I'm from IT course. So for the introduction, we have chosen Sustainability Development Goals number 14, Life Below Water, as part of our project. The objectives for this SDG is to avoid and mitigate marine pollution and also to encourage the sustainable management and conservation of coastal ecosystem. Our human activities are currently affecting marine habitats around the world as plastic wool is the most commonly manufactured materials. According to research, 2.26 million tons of resin used for manufacturing plastics in 2018. Our country is still lacking in adequate plastic waste management systems, where Malaysia ranked 8 of the world's top 10 states with mismanaged plastic waste. Subsequently, 4.8 million tons of plastic waste from land is disposed into the ocean. It shows a negative impact on the quality of the marine situation, where hundreds of marine organisms are suffocated. For the research question, first is how are the current green practices carried out that reflected on the actual plastic pollution level in our oceans? Second is, are governmental policies on plastic waste the most effective means of curbing single-use plastic waste? And lastly, are Malaysians aware of the ocean plastic pollution and the action needed to curb it? As for the hypothesis, if the effective governmental policy with regards to plastic waste has been enacted, then the threat to marine life should be minimized. Second, if the green practice being implemented is most efficient, the less reluctant the public are to pursue the effort. And the third, if the population grows over time, then the demand of plastic manufacture will be increased.
Hello everyone, I'm Divya and I'll be presenting the problem statement. A vast majority of marine plastic pollution derives from land-based sources. Microplastics are derived either from small particles developed for specific applications or produced through the breakdown of larger items. The sources of such plastics are equally diverse, from commercial and recreational ships and vessels, fishing and aquaculture operations, which includes rope, waste, fishing gear and nets, to land-based sources which is street litter, dumping, production waste, packaging including plastic bags and plastic sheeting. Now let's have a look at the effects. Micro-sized and nanoplastic particles are increasingly being consumed by marine life as it confuses them with food sources. Plastic debris injures and kills fishes, seabirds, and marine mammals. Marine plastic pollution has impacted at least 267 species worldwide, including 86% of all sea turtle species, 44% of all seabird species, and 43% of all marine mammal species. The impacts include fatalities as a result of ingestion, starvation, suffocation, infection, drowning, and entanglement. With that being said, awareness of plastic pollution is definitely crucial, and the government plays an important role in curbing this issue. But here comes the important question. Are the people aware of this issue and the efforts taken by the government? That what are the most efficacious means of curbing plastic waste and how aware are the people towards the efforts taken by the government? That is all from me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ziad. So for the literature review, our literature is from Emma. It's about the plastic pollution solution, emerging technology to prevent and collect marine plastic pollution. So in this literature, they stated that if we somehow merging technology, we can prevent and collect marine plastic pollution. Also, in the article, uh, they even made a suggestion for us to develop a technology that either can prevent plastic from entering river or to accumulate waste from the marine and riverine plastic. So one way that we can use to prevent the plastic from entering the river is by using a stormwater and a wastewater filter. So instead of that, if we want to collect the plastic from the river directly, we can make use of a skimmer, which is a box that can trap water waste. So so all of the technology stated here is based on the researcher finding on the internet. So and the Emma Schumer, she himself and the other researcher even made an inventory that can store all of the technology that they have found online that can be used to prevent water pollution.
My name is Yuya, and I'm going to talk about the research methodology as well as data analysis. So we have conducted for our research a survey which had both the open-ended questions as well as closed-ended questions, which means that it was a mixed approach, having both the quantitative as well as the qualitative aspects to it. The purpose of this survey was to uncover the knowledge, awareness level, ideas, and the insights that students have regarding this matter. Now this is the data analysis. The pie charts are quite self-explanatory, so I am going to go through them pretty quickly. Attitude on avoiding single-use plastic, most of them said sometimes. Main practiced effort, we can see a variety of answers. Willing to pay additional fee, most of them said yes. Now this chart that I have constructed, it from the answers that I have obtained from open-ended questions, which means that I have used certain keywords as a filter. I used some Excel functions. Moving on, this is the main cause, what the respondents think is the main cause. It's great that most of them know what the chief cause is. This is the estimate on the duration of plastic decomposition. The limitation is that there's a lack of diversity in respondents, obviously, and there's only so much information that can be extracted by survey. Like, we cannot get very detailed answers from them. Now, as a conclusion, well, we can see that Malaysians are very much aware of the root cause of plastic waste, which is a very good point, good starting point actually. Now, there are two things that I want to point out about this research. In terms of who this research benefits, for example, this research has shown that only about 50% of the plastic waste is segregated. In reality, probably less. This means that, for example, an NGO could start to establish or enhance the segregation system, perhaps at a district level or like municipality level, if not at the national level in the beginning. And also, strikingly, this research has shown that 63% of the people have responded that they think only the ecosystem is harmed by this, which is not true. Which means that people are not quite aware of the fact that the microplastics can eventually get into our bloodstreams. So, for example, the educators can emphasize on the fact that plastic waste also harms humans eventually. Thank you.